Hello everyone, my name is Taylor/MLPFID, and I am going to be talking about how I went into my art process and how I went into this whole series as a whole, and just generally my thoughts on the MLP infection AU stuff as a whole, because I think it'd be interesting to talk about it because, I don't know, maybe some of you want to know. So the funniest thing happened while I was making this voiceover. I literally I had to stop recording because as I was doing this, my sister suddenly texted me and was like, "Hey, have you seen Hands on Hotel?" in all caps, and I'm over here is it time to finally unleash my new fixation? Anyway, this is just a side note. I just thought it was really funny because, literally as I'm doing this voiceover, she texts me that. I just thought it was really funny. Anyway, back to the actual content. Well, that was interesting. To continue on, I'm going to just start with my thoughts on the infection AU as a whole, because I would really like to talk about that in general, because it's a very interesting concept. It is a very interesting concept, and I go back from the days when Cupcakes and Little Miss Rarity and My Little Insanity, God, I love that, my Little Amnesia, Elements of Insanity and stuff, just a lot of things that just genuinely just kind of was very interesting to me as a kid when I was younger, 10 years old, just sneaking on my iPhone, hoping my parents don't know I'm watching. Oh my goodness. Ponies murdering each other. Sorry, I had to think of something. But just it was funny. It's funny looking back on it because it's just kind of was that really worth sneaking? Anyway, back on topic. So I find the entire genre of MLP horror as a whole just very interesting, because I'm pretty sure that if it did exist at the time, back then, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be here now. No, at least it wouldn't be as the same way, because people would look back and be like, wow, it started from this and now we're here. Because it's just a very interesting nostalgic feeling when you look at the AUs, because it's wow, we've really evolved, and there are so many amazing stories now. If you actually look back at what the MLP horror back in the day was, it really just was gore upon traumatize upon drama, whatever, etc. Just genuinely what ifs, but not even really what ifs at that point, because it was just, let's torture some ponies, and it's just kind of wild. However, it's still fun and entertaining despite its flaws. Anyway, I feel that the horror genre in general in MLP, or just as creepypastas as a whole, has been around a long time, or at least been around, it's still been around is what I'm trying to say, and it hasn't ever really gone away. It's just that people decided suddenly that it was cringe or not cool anymore, so people just kind of stopped doing it. However, I still see a lot of creepypasta stuff to this day, going around on my For You page, or just in general, which I actually really appreciate it, because it's nostalgia. But yeah, I have a lot more thoughts on this topic in general, but I feel we'd be here forever if I were to talk about it. But this is my channel, so we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Basically, I believe that at least my AU, personally, doesn't exactly fall in creepypasta, but it does fall in the horror genre, because I am trying to keep it closer to the series, the source material, because if I have it close to the source material, then I feel like it will come out as a better story. However, I would like it to be a realistic situation where in all certain cases that these characters are in this situation and they are trying to get out of it. Or they... Is that real English? Sorry. This isn't scripted, so I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. Anyway, I just feel as though that if I stick closer to the source material as, like, at least their characters, then I feel like I could make a better story overall because I would understand how they'd react in certain situations. Now, do I really need to rewatch the show? Most likely, yes. However, I'm trying to take into consideration big arcs, not really small, tiny details, because there's time skips in the shows, details that we haven't seen, but they bring up on their own, blah blah blah, stuff like that. However, I am trying to just do what I can within the show's reason, and within reason in general, because, like, it's very easy to go off the walls and do your own thing when in fact you should be sticking to a certain kind of genre. However, I would still like to try and do my own thing in terms of the story in my own right. But it is really difficult when I'm dealing with my own kind of issues, in terms of, not really issues, but just things like, oh no, I don't think this will be good for that part because X, Y, and Z, and I just overthink a lot of the aspects of what I'm trying to do when I'm making this series. Which, here is the background part of what got me into this. I felt like it would really break me out of my shell and give me a reason to, actually draw again and, like, put effort into it, put my whole into it. But, as an artist, but, because I went a full 4 years without really drawing anything because I just lost absolute interest. However, I feel like drawing this again, like relearning a whole new body type for the ponies while also trying to maintain a realistic approach to it in terms of, like, how they probably would look, how it would function, how their anatomy would be, how they would wear their clothing, how they would, like, how they'd pick things up, quote unquote, or just move around in general, and, like, how they'd pose themselves, how would Rarity carry herself, how would Twilight stand, like, against a wall. Like, it's just very interesting to actually take a whole new kind of medium in terms of them, because I kind of, like, knew what I wanted as a pony. Like it's kind of easy to look at the show for reference on how they would carry themselves. However, now that they have different bodies, like humanoid-ish bodies, I have to take a lot of creative liberty in terms of, like, their personality and what they are trying to accomplish, and how Twilight would stand, quote unquote. And I'm trying to incorporate that as, like, a whole into everything of this series now, because I figured it'd just be very interesting now, at least. And also, it was easier for me as, like, an artist, like, when trying to draw ponies and stuff, because I'm not really good at drawing ponies or animals, but I am way better at drawing humans, and I figured, like, with that in mind, I could get a lot more creative with it. Take my Daybreaker drawing, for example. Hang on, I'll put it right here. So here it is. As example, as you can see here, her hoof is emanating the magic. Like, her hooves and her body is the magic itself rather than just coming from her horn. Because with her corruption, I'm trying to show and convey that it is out of control. It is not precise anymore, as it's not coming from her horn. Because I'm using this new body because technically the horn would be useless technically, because it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore, as they have hooves that can grab a little bit easier, that can like convey magic better, that can fight better. They have a body more adapt for moving and stuff. However, considering that, their magic horn would essentially be all but useless. However, it is actually used as kind of like a staff. So, yes, a mage could technically use their hands to cast spells. However, a mage is a lot more powerful with their weapon of choice, aka a pony with their horn. So if they have more control and more precision, they're able to use their horn effectively and convey that a lot more properly. But with Daybreaker, aka Celestia's Nightmare Moon form, she is out of control and does not have any idea what she is capable of anymore and what she is trying to do. She just knows that I have power now, but she does not know how to control it well. It may seem like it, but in reality it is just fire, chaos. Let me take a little bit from Avatar, like to kind of explain what I'm trying to say, in case you're still not understanding. Basically, it's like when the Fire Master, when Aang was training, was saying that he needed to be in control of what he's doing, because fire can be very dangerous, as earth comes from the ground, water, like everything comes from something, and you're able to put it back. Meanwhile, fire is created from you, and it burns. Like, you can't just put it out easily and stuff. Like, it's burning constantly. It is not like air, water, and earth. So you need to be very in control of it in order not to damage the surrounding area. So that's what I was trying to do with that, at least. Because, like I was saying, it's a lot more interesting with their human bodies being able to move differently and utilize different parts of it. I figured it'd just be very interesting to do this kind of approach. The horn acting as a staff, and the wings acting, well, as wings. They're just wings, but the horn is the real interesting part. Anyway, enough about Daybreaker. So basically, with that in mind, I wanted to keep this trend of like the bodies being able to convey different things outside of the control of the ponies, because I figured that with this in mind, I could have a lot more fun with the dynamics of their biology, especially the infected. The infected being that they would stand on two legs or could essentially evolve, quote-unquote, and mutate into having them on all four, because it would seem more creepy to them, because it's like, oh my god, they're barbaric now, they're just reverting into this primal state and crawling on all fours, and it would further dissociate, or further distance the infected with the ponies, like, just in general, like the uninfected, because it would create drama down the line of, or moral dilemma of, is that really still them if they are on all fours, growling, snarling, drooling everywhere, just hungry, and all that stuff. It would be really scary, and I figured it'd be very interesting to try and bring that moral dilemma in conversation of, oh my god, what are we gonna do? They are clearly just rotten, and like, is that even still them at that point? Like, should we just end them? Should we try to cure them? Should we even try to cure them? Should we just wipe everyone out? Because at this point, like, if there is no cure and we have no, like, idea of what we're trying to do or where we're going, then shouldn't we just kill them now before it gets worse? Just the moral dilemmas that would be very difficult to really discuss in real life, because how could we discuss this in real life? It's difficult as it is to, like, discuss pulling the plug on family members when they are terminally ill. So it's just like, imagine this on, like, a global scale. I know family members dying is also on a global scale, but you know what I mean when it comes to that. It's just, how do we do this? Like, this is insane, right? Right? Anyway, we got way off topic, so to get back on topic, on the character design, I actually really, really wanted to consider maybe giving them hands, but I feel like that'd be straying too far, per se, like, to that, like, from them. But I wouldn't be against giving them hands in the future, maybe. Like, when I get more comfortable with their style and, like, the body and all that jazz, I think I might be able to do it in the future. But for now, I think I'm gonna stick with the stubs and, like, well, not stubs. I'm trying to give them some dimension. You're gonna see in part 5, like, what I mean by that. Like, I'm trying to give them some slight variety, like, to make it, you can clearly tell joint to joint, hoof, not just stump. But in the long run, I think that giving some of the infected hands would be very interesting. I already was gonna do that, like, give them hands, because as you can see from, like, one of the future, like, you're gonna see in, like, the speed paint itself that the fox that got infected and had hands, like, the fox had hands. You can see that it had given it hands because I wanted to make it seem farther from what the creatures itself was. Like, I wanted it to seem way more mutated, and, like, it's clear in the sense of, even though Mayor is patient 0, the real patient 0 is that fox. And now, I haven't discussed what started the infection yet, because I want you to go along the journey of these characters, not knowing what it could be from. It could be from anything at this point, so you're just as, like, in the dark as all of the other ponies are. And I feel like it'd be a lot more interesting, because, like, there are going to be parts in the future of this where you're gonna doubt if certain characters are even the certain characters, like, if they actually are, like, real. Like, if they aren't just, like, possibly infected who have evolved at certain points, because you're never gonna know what's going on until the characters find out. There are gonna be some, like, I did say that Luna and Celestia, like, I have a story with them, and Luna is in fact immune while Celestia is not. Not that I, like, wanted to tell that information, I just, like, I feel like it'd be interesting because of the state of where this originated from. It really depends on how healthy this person is. And Luna, being very mentally strong and just strong in general, is able to, hang on, I dropped the ring that I was fiddling with to keep me, like, on track. As I was saying, Luna is very mentally strong and is very capable in terms of combat and just all around. She faces off with dreams every single day. Or every single night, I guess, but because of that, she has very strong willpower and is able to fight off the infection. And because of the state of how this infection started, she has other immunities, but I can't mention those yet. But because of it, she is immune from the virus. Like, she can be bit and it will not infect her. She might get a mild cold, but she can't be infected like other ponies can. Granted, like, if she is infected, she can still quote and get infected, quote unquote, in terms of, like, you wouldn't want her to bite you within, like, at least for a week, because she has the gene still in her. It's like when someone gets a cold and you don't want to be caught with it, you know? It's that kind of infection for her, but it disappears. It'll go away. Therefore, she is very important to the story, clearly, and I wanted to make sure that all the characters here are incorporated as, like, with certain points. Like, the main 6 are not immune, or at least to a certain extent. A few of them are, but I'm not going to list who it is. Well, not a few of them, but, like, one of them is, and 1 or 2 of them, and I'm not gonna, like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm still filling out, like, most of the story, but for the most part, I know who is in fact immune and who isn't. And I'm not gonna bring it up who it is and who it isn't, because, it would spoil things, because I want y'all to be just, like, in the dark as much as I can, or as much as, like, y'all can, because it'd be very interesting. Oh, here's the cursed mayor. Anyway, as I was saying, to keep the suspense, I would like to keep something secret on who is infected, who is immune and who isn't. But for the most part, I can at least tell you that there are going to be loved characters in general that is gonna be in danger. There are certain characters that you wouldn't even expect to be infected, get infected. Because that'd be fun. Then again, I could also just be saying this to mess with you. Ha ha ha. AKA, I don't know how to convey things right. Sorry. Anyway, here's the hand fox that I was talking about. Basically, it's so creepy looking. It's hard to talk when it's staring at me, bro. Anyway, so, as I was saying, to not get too caught off guard by it, I'm gonna move on to the topic so I don't, like, keep going. So I didn't exactly get to really finish what my thought process on terms of, like, how I feel about the infection AU as a whole in general. Like, I didn't really get to tell what that was like. I didn't exactly get to elaborate on it further because I guess I just got distracted. But it's very interesting, and I have a lot of complaints when it comes to, like, you know, when people draw their stats, but it's all kind of the same feeling, you know? Like, I would love to see some variety, more or less. As interesting as it is, and as much as I devour every single one of them, I'd like more variety and a lot more interest. Like, I would like more effort to be put into, like, more thought. However, that being said, I'm trying my best to, incorporate things as I can. I'm actually in the middle of trying to make the stats of my characters right now, or not my characters, but, you know, as, like, the ponies and stuff, because I feel like I need to do that before part 5 airs, because I feel like y'all would want to know what's going on with them, and, like, how things are going and stuff. It's getting really close to the end, so I should probably kind of wrap this up. But basically, I really hope to entertain and really keep the integrity of the story going, so you guys can watch and have like fun and theorize. I would love to hear your theories about this, and like who you think would be infected, who you think would be unaffected, and who is like, there's gonna be parts of this world who aren't even touched by the infection at all, and I feel like it'd be very interesting to talk about, or at least see y'all converse about it, because it's like it'd be interesting overall. This is a very unprofessional video. I had no script. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I genuinely just wanted to come on here and talk, and mostly just share a few small things about this. I didn't get into all the detail that I wanted, and because I didn't have a script. I should probably make another video just sitting down and discussing it, like while I am like drawing again. Maybe like the speed paints of the stats, I'll put that out and I'll show you that. Actually, that probably would be much better. But yeah, I think that I should just let you enjoy the music for now, because I don't think I have much else to say right now, because I don't exactly know how to give it. Actually, no, I do. I wanted to clarify a few things. I am still calling them ponies, even though they have humanoid bodies. I just feel like it'd be very confusing if I tried to name an entire species. So I am gonna keep calling them ponies, even though yeah. But basically, I also want to say that I like some of the characters that I've drawn. Like, there is gonna be reoccurring characters, side characters and stuff, and there is the angle journals, that are being posted too. I'm gonna make like a video about that too, aka like I'm going to try and make shorts about them, because they're much easier to make and they're much more accessible. But basically, the angle journal shorts, like essentially the journal pages, are Angle's journal. And if you don't know who Angle is the mascot that was created on TikTok. He started as the infected alicorn, stage 1 alicorn. Like, it genuinely started as that, but then everyone just seemed to fall in love with him, and so I had to I had to deliver. I couldn't just leave him. So basically, he is now a character of the story, and I really like him, and a lot of people like him. And honestly, you should go over to the TikTok if you want to see more about it. I'll link it down below, so you guys can go see it. But yeah, that's Angle. Angle is the mascot, essentially. He's a mascot now, but he accidentally became so involved that I made lore for him, and now he is a character, kind of a background character, but he is important in his own right, because he helps move along the story and stuff in certain ways, and I would like to be able to utilize him more, and I would love to do more of the journal pages, because I feel like they're very interesting on their own, and just in general and stuff, but I don't feel like I'm utilizing him enough for the story as of yet, and I feel like I should utilize him more, because it just would be interesting. I feel like I'm going in circles. I feel like I'm just saying the same things, and it's really annoying me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sorry. Next time I make this video with the stat speed paints, I'm going to actually make a script and use that, and any off-topic, off-script things will be put in the center of those things. I promise you, I usually am not this unprofessional when it comes to my videos. But God, I feel really bad because I usually am better at like talking my points and stuff, but it's literally, I think, 3 a.m. right now, and hang on. Yes, it's 3 a.m. So I only have like 6 minutes left on this. So maybe I should just let you enjoy the speed paint and stuff. Just vibe to the music. I genuinely need to like... This is a disaster. I'm so sorry. I'm still gonna post this anyway. We'll call this the blooper video. Like the first attempt, the run-through, if you will. The pilot, the epilogue. The pilot episode of this kind of speed paint stuff. I promise you I'm going to try to get better and improve. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Actually, I want to talk a little bit about this part right here with Red Heart. I had a lot of fun drawing her. I actually drew her on a live stream with my friend, and I just think she looks really pretty here, and I really liked how I drew her hair, and like how she genuinely just looks really nice, and the body is working, the body is bodying, the art is arting, the colors are coloring. I really liked what I did and stuff, but I know there are a lot of mistakes, and it could definitely be better in terms of like, you know, everything, but I still had a lot of fun drawing her and putting her here and stuff, and I also had fun creating this guy. Fun fact, I originally was gonna have like, that's not his head, it's supposed to be his face without a head, but like I was gonna draw a bunch of tentacles coming out of the brain, but I didn't do it because I felt like it wasn't good. So I ended up just doing that, and it actually looked a lot better. And for here, I actually want to say that Twilight is canonically like really tall. She's supposed to be like 6 foot something. She's the tallest of the group, being an alicorn. She is now the tallest of the group. But and the shortest is Rainbow Dash, being a flying type, like, you know, being a Pegasus. She is the shortest. Pinkie Pie is gonna be a little bit plus sized. Fluttershy is gonna be spindly, like she's gonna be a little bit thin and like giraffe looking. And Applejack, obviously she's gonna have some muscle. Verity, I am making her curvaceous and like elegant looking and stuff. When I mean curvaceous, I mean like she looks like she takes care of herself. And you can tell she is she's walking beauty, you know? But like I'm trying to keep that in mind. Now Spike, quick note about Spike is that he is meant to be he is already on 2 legs, so that's gonna be easy to incorporate. However, I'm not good at drawing dragons, so I'm very nervous on drawing him because I'm already giving them a slight makeover, like redo, like and stuff. Like I'm trying to redesign them a little bit. Here is some of it. As you can see here, if you look closely at Pinkie Pie, you'll notice that her like underneath her eyes, there is more or less there's 3 dots and stuff. I'm giving her some markings on her face, and I guess her hair is a lot more springy. I'm trying to make it look more fluffy rather than curly. I'm trying to make it frizzy and puffy rather than curly, like most other stuff. But oh, side note, who that big giant pony is Angle, because this was supposed to be a Valentine's special drawing, but I didn't get to do that because I didn't get to finish in time. But as you can see, for Rainbow Dash, she has spiky pointed hair and stuff. I'm giving her a shorter tail, and her hair is a lot more spiky, and she's a lot shorter too, as you can see, and I'm trying to make her seem like she is more edge. Like, I'm trying to give her more edges, wind swept hair, and just because as much as I love her original design, I just felt like I could do not better per se, but I just feel like I could do something that would fit her more. Because if you look at Rainbow Dash as a person or a pony, she is supposed to be fast, she is supposed to be athletic, and she flies. So I feel like, you know how all the other Wonderbolts have a lot shorter, spikier hair to like represent that? She has longer hair that's like supposed to be looking kind of like a wolf cut, but it wasn't really working. I might kind of give her shorter hair and stuff. I might kind of give her a wolf cut looking hair now rather than what she had in the show. Like more, I might lean more into the wolf cut to give her shorter hair and stuff. But I wanted to give her a shorter tail, shorter hair, and I actually wanted to make her wings a little like smaller, just a bit, to kind of imply that she's meant for fast flying. Like, she's meant for speed, not for like, you know, showy wing. Like, she's meant for speed. I wanted to give her a more slim aerodynamic body to like for speed and stuff. So that is what I'm doing for Rainbow Dash. Now for Miss Lovely Rarity, this is her actual more official design. As you can see, the other one was a Valentine's special photo that was like made a while ago. This is like a much more recent, like clearly, like this is what she's supposed to look like in the new styles stuff. Now, mind you, I love this, and I also understand that the hair looks janky as hell, and I'm fixing it, I promise. This is just to get the shape of it. Now, as you can see, she is, like, I'm going to be changing her hair shape, and also her tail still has the curl, because, I can't really do much with Rarity. She's just perfect, but I am going to be adding a few small little things here and there, like, underneath the dress, like, around her stomach, like, hip area, more of the pelvis or whatever. I'm going to add a slight, like, splotch of, like, lighter color to imply some vitiligo, to like give her just more. I want to also put it like on her forehead, maybe like where her hair is covering, just like to like imply that she is insecure about it. But I'm going to show it more and stuff. Like, it's gonna be a thing, like, I promise. Like, I want her to look like she has some slight imperfections, but I want to her embrace them in the future rather than hide them. But currently she is in fact hiding them. Now, this form is it is rough. It is rough. The hair and stuff I'm definitely gonna keep, but her shape just is off. Like, I think I didn't do that good of a job with her, and I didn't give her the justice that Applejack deserves. Now this is Applejack. I didn't get to draw her cutie mark yet. This is heavy in the I'm still working it out phase, but her hair and stuff, I wanted to do that. Like, I wanted to make it look more like her mom's, and give it more substance, you know, like I wanted it to be more full, like it's made of hay, you know? Like, just kind of, you really lean into the country bumpkin, you know? Just, yeah, I wanted to lean way more into it, because I feel like Applejack deserves it. I'm going to be giving her larger legs, and I want to give her, like, her arms, I think, are okay. I think she's rather muscly. Because she works more with her legs rather than her arms. At least back then. Now I am going to be giving her bigger arms, but, like, more towards the end of her hooves rather than her upper. Like, because she's often hitting it with her hooves, like hitting trees with her hooves, not her shoulders and side of her arms. So it's hard to explain until you see it, because, like, once you see it, it's like, but right now it just sounds crazy. So I hope you understand that I am trying. But yeah, this was my first attempt at trying to make the hoof more apparent, but it's not that good. I promise you I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But anyway, I also, like, you're probably going to be asking, like, why aren't you giving them clothes if you're giving them more humanoid bodies? One, because I'm not drawing bits and pieces and stuff like that. Two, it doesn't really matter, because in the show, they didn't wear clothes, and suddenly, because their bodies are slightly more humanoid, like, not slightly, but because their bodies are more humanoid, suddenly it's a problem. I'm just messing around anyway. Point is, I just don't feel like it. I'm lazy. To be honest, I really just am lazy. But I also feel like it would give me more opportunity to add markings and, like, more story to their body rather than their clothing, because I feel like it'd just be more fun to try experimenting with patches or just all around different things. Anyway, I feel like I talked enough about Applejack. Back to the speed paint. So basically, in the long run, I'm just gonna be trying to have fun with this series, and I promise I'm gonna make a better video talking about things. I might actually do a live and just have you guys ask me. Honestly, if you go to my TikTok, I often try to do lives, and you can ask me anything there, and I'll answer them as best as I can, because they're easy to answer if I can. However, you can also ask them in the comment section. You don't have to be afraid. I'm going to answer all of the ones that I can. I reply to every comment. At least I try to reply to every single comment I get, because I don't know, I feel like it'd be rude if I didn't. But in long story short, since this video is ending, I had a lot of fun talking and trying this out, because honestly, I'm getting used to it. My voice is not used to talking for this long. Shocking. This is literally a 40-minute video of me just talking nonsense. But I really hope that you can take into account the fact that this is all new territory to me, and I really hope you could be patient with me and everything that I'm doing, because honestly, I really hope that I could deliver on your expectations, because I really wish that this can be a long-term series that people can actually enjoy when they look back at it, because I'm not trying to be just a bunch of gore, a bunch of this, and I'm not trying to be, like, overtly whatever and all. So I'm genuinely just trying to have fun with this, and I really hope that we can all enjoy this together. And I really hope this can become a really nice community, like the Friendship is Dead community or whatever. Now, obligated stuff. I have a Discord. I run a Discord server. You can join if you want to. I would really appreciate it if you did. And with that in mind, I also have the TikTok page where you can look at it and stuff, and it'd be nice if you did that too, because it would be supporting me and it would mostly encourage me to keep going with this stuff. And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say. I hope you subscribe and leave a like, and don't be shy to leave a comment and stuff. Anywho, bye.